I'm Virginia Tehan. I'm Director of Cultural Projects and Humanities Research Support in the College of Arts, Celtic Studies and Social Sciences. And my job includes identifying the college's significant events and supporting the college and the university in celebrating and marking these events in an appropriate way. We are celebrating the centenary of the appointment of Mary Ryan, the first woman professor in Great Britain and Ireland. It's significant because Mary Ryan was groundbreaking. Her achievement marked a completely new beginning for women, not only in Ireland but for women across Europe. The participation of women in higher education was very limited. Even as students, women were not encouraged to attend university, and some universities prohibited women from attending. So Mary Ryan's achievement, first of all in getting her degree, and then secondly in reaching the standard whereby Sir Bertram Windle, the then president, appointed her as professor, is very remarkable, and it's something which Cork is very proud to celebrate. Prior to that, women had no role in higher education, either as students or as academics. And Mary Ryan was the first woman to break the mould, and she really is revolutionary in that regard. The first woman ever to be appointed to a professorship in Ireland or in Great Britain, and she was a very innovative woman in her own way, and in the context of the times she broke all sorts of records. She set a new standard for women achieving in higher education, but she did so in a way that was very self-effacing, very quiet and very appropriate to the Edwardian times in which she lived. The society was not very conducive to women who were ambitious or who wanted to achieve rank in the professions, and Mary studied for her BA degree in school, the school where she attended St Angela's in Blackrock in Cork. They organised classes for students because while the university didn't prohibit women from attending, that said social convention and the church discouraged their attendance. So the girls studied for the BA exam privately in school. The only contact she had formally with the university was sitting her BA exam in Dublin in Earlsford Terrace, and then she continued her studies in France and Germany and was appointed as a lecturer here in 1907 and appointed professor on the 28th of June 1910. Mary Robinson, as many people will know, is the first woman president of Ireland. She was also very prolific in her own career, and she broke a lot of ground herself. She was the first woman chancellor in Trinity College and the first woman to hold the Reed Professorship of Law. Mary very kindly agreed and was very willing to participate in our celebration, and Mary has sent a very warm message of congratulations to University College Cork, congratulating the university on its initiative in marking Mary Ryan's achievement, and also hoping that the university will commemorate Mary Ryan in a very public way.
President Michael Murphy, the Ryan family and distinguished guests, I'm delighted to join with you in celebrating Mary Ryan, the first woman professor in Ireland and in the United Kingdom in 1910, in June 1910. I'm actually addressing you from the backdrop of a Dean and Woodworth building because they're the architects, of course, who were responsible for Queen's College Cork. And I have happy memories as a student and as a young lawyer visiting UCC on many occasions, but the special occasion was in 1995 when I had the honour as President of Ireland in January to join in your 150th celebrations and to feel so welcome in that incredible occasion. I actually didn't know at that time about Mary Ryan. I don't think enough of us, especially women in Ireland, know enough about her, and that's why this special anniversary celebration is important. I was interested to read that although women weren't prohibited from going to university, that the church and the community and universities themselves were not keen that women students would turn up, and that Mary Ryan actually went to St Angela's College, the Ursuline nuns, who wanted to support bright women students and who provided them with this access to university lecturers that enabled her to take her degree. And 15 years later, she was appointed the Professor of Romance Languages, and my understanding is that she taught in a wonderful way for more than 30 years and was beloved of students and her colleagues. That in itself is a remarkable achievement. And yet I also understand that when her obituary was written after her death in 1961, quite a lot of the coverage was about her brothers, who also had distinguished themselves. And that says a lot, doesn't it? It says that we need to re-find and bring back into history those pathfinders like Mary Ryan, who had the courage of her convictions and who loved teaching and who loved being with students and was determined to pursue her career. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'm really honoured to have joined you in this way and to celebrate a woman who has been outside history, who needs to be brought back into history, in the words of Evan Boland, finding a voice where she found a vision. Thank you very much.
Well, I think it is very significant because even though it's only 100 years ago, a huge amount has happened. Women are now very active in all spheres of professional life and in the business world. But that said, still in higher education, women professors are, relatively, proportionally low in number. There are 22 full professors in UCC of the 72 professors. So relatively speaking, I think the participation of women decreases as they progress up the career ladder. But that's another issue, I suppose, for another day.